Good evening to all of you. At the outset, I ask for your apology for having came late for this meeting because I was held up in another meeting, so I may kindly be excused for the same. First the outset, I would like to congratulate the IDF, which has bagged the award from the prestigious NABARD institution. Let me congratulate on behalf of the university and all my colleagues for this very prestigious award. And I'm also happy to note that this project is being implemented in Kunigal area, where I happens to come from. So naturally, the hometown is always liking. It is always a happy thing to note that this great institution is working in a place where I born and brought up. Regarding the issues that are going to be deliberated today, if I am right, it's concerned with development of the small farmers. We all knew that the country has more than 80% of the small and marginal farmers. Therefore, it requires a different approach to develop these people compared to the other section of the farming community. And we had the fortunate of working with the farmers for last 3 decades in different capacities, right from working directly with the farmers and also providing leadership to how to develop the farmers. And we had the fortune of gaining the direct experience, but also the research avenues to develop these small and marginal farmers. And I had the fortune of heading one project that is the Rural Bioresource Complex project being funded by the Department of Biotechnology, Government of India, which spanned for a period of 5 years, from 2005 to 10. And having worked in the academic line in between those periods, I had a rich opportunity to directly interact with the farmers, observe from a very closer distance what are the emerging problems the farmers are facing as in today. Well, over the period, we have seen the changes right from green revolution to this day, that as far as the food production in this country is concerned, we are certainly very happy, and we should feel proud that India has achieved a record food production of almost 245 million tons in 2010-11. That's the record food production India has achieved. And from a just less than 50 million tons in 50s to that 245 is really a great achievement. And even the pulses and oil seeds were very in the comfortable zone during this period. In the previous years, in fact, we are importing pulses particularly, and in some in-between periods we are also importing oil seeds. So this is as per the greener side of the contributions of the agriculture in this country is concerned. But what's happening to the farmers? What are the conditions of the farmers? And those of you who have seen the today's situation, most of the farmers, particularly small and marginal farmers, they wanted to move away from the farming. And our concern is, if this trend were to continue next 10 or 15 years from now, or 20 years, possibly it will have a big threat not only in food security and many other fronts. Then what are the options before us to see how these farmers can be attracted to be in the farming? What are the avenues and opportunities? And I'm happy to note that what IDF has done, what feedback I have got it, including from the Chief Secretary a couple of days back, and also from the Department of Agriculture, one of the forums, that they were able to do a unique program wherein they were able to make the farmers to be very comfortable in the farming. So this is really a very good rather a good experience to all of us. Of course, they may be able to share in the course of that discussion. Perhaps it is very interesting for me all to be with you, to know their contributions for enhancing the productivity, income, and standard of living of the people. Then in our project, where I had the fortune of directly participating, implementing that, we were able to make record contributions in terms of ensuring all through 5 years 11% growth rate. This is one thing we wanted to record. Second thing is we could also able to ensure more than threefold increase in the income in less than 5 years of our participation in this project area. These are the two things, and even today it's being recorded, and the farmers were able to continue despite our withdrawal from the project area. This is what one thing I would like to make a mention. When the people are able to make continue despite our withdrawal, can it be a lesson to the other developmentalists who are concerned with similar initiatives? Having seen the system over the period, we had observed many of the projects that are being implemented. Most of the projects during the active part of the implementation, they are really able to do very good thing. But once they move out of the project, most of the time, in more than 60-70% cases, the initiatives or the technologies that are being promoted during the project period being withdrawn during the post-project period. This is one thing that we have seen over the period. Then why this is happening? And why this was possible here for a continued adoption despite our withdrawal from the scene. See, one of the things that we could able to do has already been mentioned by our esteemed speakers, that we could able to promote the start of the various commodity-based associations or the farmers associations. What's happening when you are going to take up the promotion of the technology without the organized arrangement, certainly the people, when they are not being organized, they will not be able to continue once the project or the activities are being withdrawn. The intensive phase, if they are being withdrawn, certainly people will not have same amount of interest to continue for various reasons. And what really prompted us to go for this organized arrangement? In our initiative, we thought 5 important things can really matters, very important to bring about a sustained income generation and also bring about a reasonable standard of living among the people. One of the things that we introduced in the area, a basket of technologies which can really make a difference. Apart from the ones that were continuing, we could able to integrate certain of the high income generating, more profitable ones for these people, which is a integrated approach. And the second thing, we could able to ensure that timely, reliable and credible information matters very important for the farmers. Even average farmer, if he's been provided the timely information, he can really make a difference. This support was being ensured to all the 8,340 families with whom we worked for this 5 years period. Then we also looked at yet another thing is providing the critical inputs at the right time, at the right place. This matters very, very crucial. Of course, the small and marginal farmers needs so much attention as this particular component is concerned. We all knew what is the stage at which the critical inputs are available today. Either they are available in the district headquarters or in the taluk headquarters, and in some cases the Hobli headquarters. Below the line, we don't expect the availability of these critical inputs for the majority of the farmers. And if a small and marginal farmer, if you expect him to go to a taluk headquarter or district headquarter, I don't think he will go, despite you say that you are going to give a free of cost inputs for their particular category of farmers. Then how to ensure this? We could able to make use of the milk societies and panchayats that are available in the area to ensure the supply of these critical inputs right to the farmers. This one important thing really made a big difference, and we could able to ensure not only timely adoption, the full-scale adoption of the technology. What's happening in the yesterday years when we train the people, empower the people, ask them to adopt. Fortunately, we had the opportunity to work in the Krishi Vigyana Kendras, farmers training institutes at different points of time. We used to watch what happens to a farmer after the training is being imparted. About 25-30 farmers, if you are to impart, about 6 to 8 farmers or maximum 10 farmers used to adopt. The rest of the farmers, they used to wait. They used to take at least a couple of years to take a decision to adopt, either to watch for somebody to it or to get the confidence having get done by other people. So many factors go with these farmers to adopt the technology. So, but in the other hand, if you are able to provide the critical inputs once the person is being empowered, certainly you can bring even a smallest farmer, newer marginal farmer in the closer to